A vast subliminal is man's measureless part. This is a line which reveals depths lying under depths in terms of our build-up, our character, our swabhava, our nature, all that we are made of. In fact, it is this which the true psychologist should study, should understand, and then try to bring into man's operation. But hardly the implications of this measureless part is realized by the professionals. To some extent, a beginning was made a little more than 100 years ago, and we have a few famous names: Freud, Jung, who did try to probe into the dream consciousness. But most of them got lost in the libido. They did not really see what is underneath man's surface consciousness. Surface consciousness, it is on that we live, we move, act with the powerful ego sense, aham. It is that which dominates all our actions. Below the surface consciousness is the subconscient and the subliminal. Subconscient going into the lower and lower vital regions. Subliminal trying to reach the higher and higher possibilities of the vital. Both are present below the surface consciousness. We are not aware of it. In fact, the old knowledge of the rishis speaks of four states of consciousness: Jagrata, Sapna, Sushupti, and Turiya. We live in the Jagrata. Below the Jagrata is a Swapna. Below the Swapna is the sleep consciousness, Sushupti, consciousness of knowledge. Sushupti standing for consciousness of knowledge, Pratnya. And beyond that is the ineffable Turiya. Savitri has been told to remember why she has taken human birth and what she has to do. The instruction is very distinct, very clear, very precise. She has to discover her soul and she has to conquer fate and death. Death. Now, in order to reach that point, Savitri has to prepare herself psycho-yogically to see what is really involved in the entire process. Savitri immediately plunges into the dream consciousness, Sapna. Now, that itself is a great thing. Savitri is told to discover her soul, and at once she is already in the Swapna Avastha, in the dream consciousness. In other words, She is yogically ready to plunge into action. It was only a kind of a pretext which was required for her to proceed, and the pretext came in the nature of a command from her Supreme Self, telling her, the voice telling her, her voice instructing her to discover her soul and vanquish time and death. Savitri enters into the dream consciousness, and what the dream consciousness immediately disclosed to Savitri? She at once realizes the entire cosmic past, the whole past which is buried below the surface, starting from the beginning of this earthly creation. The entire past is standing in front of her like a panorama, and she views all the movements that had proceeded in time. She is also going to see what will be tomorrow, what will be happening in the sequence of that time. The past is reviewed, the future is revealed to Savitri. All started with blind world energy. The cosmic past has its origin in the work of the world energy, a Chaitana Shakti by which things began here. It is the Supreme Being who had plunged into the void and taken a poise withdrawn totally from himself, and along with him also came his power, the world energy, and it is the world energy who is bringing out, is taking forward this creation step by step. She first brought out an element of consciousness from total nothing, from Shunya, from the void. She brought out matter. Matter itself is a great advance, and it is her work. Out of matter emerged life. Out of life in matter has come out mind. So the whole sequence of evolution, of growth, is what has been happening, what has happened in the cosmic past. Savitri is seeing the entire sequence of all those operations. She also sees that the moment the life force starts operating in matter, then by the very nature of things also spring up agents, elements which oppose, which are hostile to further progress, and they will prevent the movement of this evolutionary march going forward. It is a constant battle which is being waged. Savitri sees the whole operation going on in the cosmic past. She has come to the point now where the past, which is measureless, has to move forward into future. She sees that there are three possibilities. The future has to come here. Then either from this creation something should flower out and open to the higher possibility of the spirit here. That is one possibility. The other is possibly the higher power, the higher beings, higher entities themselves can directly enter into the process. They enter into this process and take the evolution forward. The third possibility is if things cannot happen from below, if things cannot happen from above, then create a new world, an altogether new world, and establish that new world in the sequence of time here. These three possibilities are open at the moment, and which one will happen of that at this stage, Savitri does not know. Whether things will flower up from below, whether things will precipitate from above into this creation, or a new world will enter into this creation. Which is going to happen of that, Savitri at this stage does not have the knowledge. In any case, the future is fixed. It has to go beyond mind. Until now, it is life is your leading matter, prana, sharira, neta. The leader of the physical of matter has been the vital life force. Came then mind, manomaya purusha, neta. He has become now the leader of the evolutionary march. Beyond this manomaya has to come a higher being, Vijnanamaya Purusha. It is his entry which is necessary, which is inevitable. In fact, it is something which is decreed in the nature of things, and that higher super being has to enter here and lead the process forward. In order that these things do happen, the first important condition, the important stipulation, the necessity is that Savitri must discover her soul. If she discovers her soul, then only the true knowledge of things would come to her. Then only she will be aware of the actual difficulties which are present to make that new manifestation possible in this evolutionary march. Savitri has to first discover her soul. She is firm and she moves in that direction. So, therefore, at the moment, what Savitri sees is the vast subliminal. A vast subliminal is man's measureless part. It is a measureless part. And being measureless, it can indeed open itself to the entry of the infinity into the process. Being measureless, it can invite infinity, it can give space for infinity to enter and carry the operation forward. A vast subliminal is man's measureless part.